Hi, welcome to QuBites, your bite-sized pieces of quantum computing. My name is Rene from Valorem Reply, and today we're going to talk about updates from Azure Quantum and the quantum learning world. And for this, I'm very honored to have a special expert guest today, Dr. Kitty Yang. Hi, Kitty, and welcome to the show. How are you today?
Hi, Rene. Really nice to see you. Thank you for having me on the show. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And I know you do some fantastic artwork and fashion design. I mean, just look at the background there. I mean, you have all of that here and a lot of other creative things you're doing. Like, for example, even, doing comics, like creating comics to explain quantum computing while you also have a PhD in applied physics, right? So this is a miracle. So how does it work? And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background as it relates to quantum computing and all the other amazing things you're doing?
Sure, thank you. So, I am a senior program manager working at Microsoft Quantum right now, and I drive our education and user research efforts. So, I use art, as you mentioned, as a way to communicate science and technology. So, I love to reach people through interesting and engaging content and educate them about quantum computing as well as physics. As you mentioned earlier, I do have a comic book that I made last year that teaches people how quantum computing works through a very fun way.
Very awesome. Where can we get your comic book? Actually, is it in store or can we download it somewhere?
Yeah, it's actually a lot of the drawings are on my website, and you could get a book from Amazon. So if you search for my website and look for quantum computing comics and my name, you probably will find it.
Awesome, and we will put a link into the description of the video.
Sounds
So
good.
let's dive into Yeah, so very impressive. And let's dive into today's topic. And in QBite Season 1, we already talked with your colleague Fabrice Frajon and also the Azure Quantum MVP, Dr. Sarah Kaiser, about Azure Quantum, QDK, QSharp, and all the other goodies. And this was the end of 2020 when we talked in Season 2 around these topics. So, what happened since then in the Azure quantum computing world? Any updates?
Yeah, definitely. So when you talked to Sarah and Fabrice, it was late last year, and we had our Azure Quantum Cloud service that was in private preview. And on February 1st, we launched our Azure Quantum public preview. So now everyone can sign up for Azure subscription and also use our hardware through the cloud and access different types of quantum computing hardware as well as uh, optimization hardware and build your solution onto. And there's a vast variety of Microsoft's own solutions as well as our partners' solutions and hardware you can choose from.
Nice. So Azure Quantum is now in public preview, and everyone can go to Azure Quantum and sign up for it. And so you don't need to have a private preview access or anything like that. Everyone can get started, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and we
And
have a lot of learning materials to help you get your hands
yeah,
on.
yeah.
So we have the MS Learn content, which my team produce a series of hands-on interactive tutorial that teaches you how to build a Q-sharp program and how to use the quantum development kit and how to access the hardware and run your program on Azure Quantum. And we also have a lot of documentation that is also open source. So if you want
Oh,
to contribute and see something that you would like to improve, you can submit pull requests and get involved.
nice. That's awesome. And you also launched the Azure Quantum Learning website, which I would call it's kind of a portal, right, where you can access all the different learning material related to Azure Quantum, like you mentioned, the katas, the different tutorials, and Microsoft Docs, and the open source projects and the samples and so on. And that is so amazing. I actually need to show it to everyone here real quick. Let me switch
Yeah.
to my website here that you can see it. So this is the website. You can basically go to search for Azure Quantum Learning, and this is so cool. You can actually select the kind of interests you have. Like, I'm just curious about it. I want to teach quantum computing. I want to solve a specific problem. And then you can select all of that and just look at the qubit on the right hand side, right? It will change the state, and this is so cool because we're talking about quantum mechanics and programming, and you can say like, hey, I have a good knowledge in that space, and basically customize your own qubit on this website, which is just amazing, right? So go to the website, customize your own qubit, and then go for it and enable some Azure Learning. Anything else you want to add to the Azure Quantum Learning website and the portal I just mentioned?
Yeah, and that's exactly. Thank you for showing the website. Is a very fun way to get a series of materials that's customized to your needs. So they ask you a couple questions, and then it would list you the different types of content you can access based on your particular background and specific needs and your goals. So it also is a one-stop place for all of the learning materials that we already offer at Microsoft. You will be able to
Yeah,
find the MS Learn module that I mentioned earlier, the documentation, and you might have heard of the quantum katas, which is a set of tutorials we built for specifically learning the programming language Q
mhm.
Sharp. So it's got an engaging set
That is
of interactive
awesome.
activities that you can code. You don't have to actually install anything if you use the Jupyter Notebook option, or you can download it to your computer and use your other IDEs to run the katas. We also have a lot of case studies that we share, so you can read what existing customers are already using quantum computing or optimization solutions for, and you can build something similar.
Mhm.
We also have
Yep.
a lot of the events that we list on the website, and also request forms for university curriculum. So basically, yeah, check it out
Yeah.
and find the information that you need.
Yeah, and especially when you set the online learning sessions and so on. I attended the all the workshops before, like the half day workshops for Azure Quantum, and they were really good. So highly recommend if there's a full version upcoming that you definitely attended, and you can find the recordings of workshop 1 and 2 also on this website Azure Quantum
Exactly.
Learning. They'll link there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kitty, for being part of the show. It was amazing and time was flying, so we could talk for much, much longer. But again, thank you so much for sharing your insights and also showing us all the amazing work you're doing. Very much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate you doing all these and giving the community the information that they need. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. And so, folks, make sure to check Kitty's book and the comic book to order that, and also follow her on Twitter. It's Kitty Odd Physics. That's her Twitter handle. And check the website and all the amazing learning content, of course, right?
Yeah,
And
definitely go on to the Azure Quantum Learning website. So the
yeah,
URL is very easy, azure.com/quantum/learn.
awesome. And thanks everyone for joining us today for another episodes of QuBites, your bite-sized pieces of quantum computing. Watch our blog, follow our social media channels to hear all about the next episodes. And thank you so much. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.